Dark Souls, a series that's infamous for its unfair, punishing gameplay, ruthless bosses and hordes of strong enemies. Get good or die trying. My question is it really that hard? Are the fundamentals of Dark Souls just too much to handle for someone that's new to gaming? Let's analyze. So, right off the bat, we get into a character creation screen with very little info on what class actually changes. You see some skills, but you don't really get an explanation right up front. Although they do have a short text explaining each class, makes it a bit easier. And today, for the sake of this video, I'm playing the Knight. Who says me? After we're done with this character creation, we are faced with a loading screen, of course. And then the game is gonna start up with a cutscene that I'm skipping today. And you just get thrown into it. There is no, actual directions, but there are these messages on the ground. It gives you some key bindings and lets you feel how it feels to swing the sword, either light or strong, and shows you the stamina bar up in the left corner gets depleted when you do it. Now it tells you how to target an enemy, and you get to kill one. Here, you get to feel how the dodging feels and the backstep. So, there aren't any real interactive tutorials, and there isn't a clear path to follow. There aren't any directions, that's more what I want to say, but it's still very easy to figure out where to go from here. As you surely have noticed, I am not a beginner in this game. Nonetheless, I'm trying to figure out if this game would be too hard to play for someone who's new to it, who's new to gaming overall, that's not used to mechanics in any game or to think how to, that. But you see that there are these key bindings for changing weapons, changing items, and how to use your items. And you just keep on moving forward. It's very linear here in the beginning, and I know who played this before, but after a while, it doesn't get this easy to find your way. It's not this easy. Something that they don't tell you here, and that I don't show you, is that when you rest at the bonfire, the world resets. If I would have walked back to where I came from, there would have been all the enemies that I already killed would have returned. But now, I won't do that, I keep on moving forward, but this means that if you think it's hard, and you are close to dying and decide to run back to a bonfire, rest by it, all the enemies that you previously fought and killed will have come back. So you need to rethink and strategize how you're gonna play that area, maybe level up a bit if you can, and just farm some souls to get that sweet XP and levels. Entering this area, you can see that there's a big enemy. This is a typical sign of a boss fight. It tells you to remove his sword. And something that I know that a noob would not know is that you can start slashing away at this boss right away, to get a good chunk of his health away before he can do anything about it. This boss is gonna be intimidating for a lot of players, even if they're not beginner gamers. If they're new to Dark Souls, this boss is gonna be intimidating. But the truth is, he only has a couple of few moves, and he's very easy to predict. And to learn how he hits is something almost anyone can do. As you see, I have no problem dodging everything he throws at me. But then comes phase 2. What the F is this? He grows new limbs, he becomes so much faster, he will hit harder, and hit faster, and be harder to hit, and harder to dodge. If you're new to this game, you would never have figured this out, but he's super weak to fire, as you may have noticed, and that's why I killed him so fast. Even if you didn't know, his pattern is still only based on a few, 2 or 3, maybe 4 attacks, and it's very easy to figure out what he does. The boss isn't a hard boss. This is to kind of give you a feeling of what the game is gonna be like. And after this, the real game actually begins. So these few minutes that we've been going through right now is actually what Dark Souls is. You're gonna play it like this all the way. Maybe you have to go back sometimes, level up, or something like that, and maybe you will mess up and you will die. But the fundamentals are actually quite easy. The enemies aren't that hard, and you just have to get used to the system. When there are many enemies, as you saw now, it's easier to take a lot of damage. But still, they're still stupid as hell, and they will only hit you twice. Even now that I almost died, I could still easily kill them. Some bosses will do overwhelming damage to you, and that is one of the biggest problems in the game. If you get hit, when you learn how to dodge or how to block, you're gonna be just fine. Here we are, in the Firelink Shrine. We're lighting the bonfire, and now it's time to figure out where to go next. This is where Dark Souls can get quite tricky, because no one will actually tell you what to do now. There's not a single character in this area that will tell you how to progress in the game. Lucky for you, I know just the way. I'll just show you here that I'm running around and I'm talking to everyone in here. Just like if I was new to this game, how would I have done? I would have run around, I would have talked to everyone, which I do, but no one that I'm talking to actually says where I'm supposed to go. They just give me some random bullshit info, and they won't tell me. But I know, you have to go to the bonfire and use the fast travel. You get on to the real game from here, but there's actually no directions to this part. And it is a big issue. If I were completely new to gaming and didn't have anyone to help me, I think I might have Googled that, because I would not have figured it out on my own. And all this fast forwarding here is basically for you to see how you can get through a Dark Souls area actually without any hassle at all. They're not that long. This enemy here, the Knight, is very hard. It's one of the hardest ones, but still it's no issue, and the hardest one in the beginning, of course. Still it's not that big of an issue. And you can summon characters from other PCs. This one happened to be AFK, so he didn't actually help me. I had to go on for myself, fight the Knight, run back up, because I almost died to him, but it's not where I got him from behind and backstabbed him. But there are still no directions to this game, and as you might notice, there is no minimap. You can't actually even press the start menu to get an actual map. And that brings me to the checklist. I have 10 significant points that a game should try to check at least 5 off to be considered a beginner-friendly game. And I will put these up as follow. A game should have 1. A minimap, or 2. A normal map, 3. Some guides inside the game, 4. Should be easy to learn mechanics, 5. You're hard to kill, 6. There's a simple path, 7. Hitboxes that seems natural and are easy to hit, checkpoints, 9. Easy enemies, and 10. Fast travel. And we're gonna check those off right now. So, in conclusion, the 10 points we were talking about were minimap, normal map, guides, easy to learn mechanics, hitboxes that seem natural, checkpoints, a simple path to follow, easy enemies, fast travel, and a large health bar. Actually, a lot of health is a better word, because the health bar in this game can get quite big, but you still die easy. And out of these 10 points, at least 5 should be covered, I think, for a game to be considered noob-friendly. This game does not have a minimap. It does not have a normal map. There are no guides in the game. Mechanics, although, are super easy to learn. That's 1. Hitboxes that seem natural and easy to hit. That's 2, actually. It's very easy to understand where you can hit your enemy. This game is not hard to die in, doesn't get the point. There's no simple straight path to follow, doesn't get the point either. There are, however, checkpoints in the form of bonfires. They might not be as good as other checkpoints, but they're still there and they're still checkpoints. Easy enemies. Yeah, Dark Souls has a lot of easy enemies. Only the bosses are actually the ones that posing a real threat. So it gets that one. And it has fast travel as well. It's 5 points. 5 out of 10. Dark Souls actually barely passes the bar for being considered a noob-friendly game. This is mostly because to the easy-to-learn mechanics in the game. You don't have to be a master of video game to figure out that dodging timing and attack timing. Takes a bit of practice, but even the most beginner gamer will be able to figure this game out. So, to answer the question, is Dark Souls really that hard? No. Dark Souls is a noob-friendly game, so if you were afraid to play it because you thought it was too hard, don't give up, my friend. Go out there and get Dark Souls right now. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Come hang out on Twitch. I'm live these times that I put in the description. And click the notification bell as well and you'll get a little bling 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 every time I post a new video. I will be doing this new series every Monday for, at least a couple of weeks ahead. Maybe 8 or 9, I don't know. Something like that. Appreciate you all a lot. Subscribe, follow me on Twitch. Hit me up in the comment section about what games you think I should analyze next. Cheers!